Hi guys, it's Irit, and today I have something a little bit different. Um, I am collaborating with the lovely, sweet Inkie Quill, and we are challenging ourselves to do Project Life Spread using our Aquamarkers. I saw Adele and like one of her haul videos, and she had these markers, and I also have them. And I admit that I haven't used them much, so I thought this would be a really great way to kind of get to know them. Um, I enjoy the process and I like the finished result, although I'm not sure I got as creative with using them as I would have liked. Um, but I hope you can still get some ideas on what to do with them. So I hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Yes, it's my lovely daughter. Say hi.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Ima. No. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Ima. Hola. Shalom, shalom, shalom. אמא. שלום, אני ואמא מספרים עכשיו משהו, ואמא קודם מספרת.
Okay. Okay, so the things I learned from doing that title card you see to the left, which says March, is that you should really use your stamps a few times. Don't use brand new stamps with these markers because you won't get a very crisp image, not at all. It will be very spotty. I think it's mostly with acrylic stamps or like clear stamps. From my experience with markers and that type of thing, mixed media, red rubber stamps work better. But if you add a little bit water, then it will be okay.
לאבא שלי יש היום יום הולדת. Mein Papa hat heute Geburtstag und heute ist Vatertag.
Okie dokie. That was my daughter's contribution to the video. So, other thing I made is you can just use your markers to paint in some images on your cards. I'm using a bunch of Project Life kits from, I think, March and April from HipKit, and I just didn't have enough time to do my Project Life. So I have a lot left and I want to use it up. And I think I'm going to use a combination of, mostly I'm going to use watercolor paper because I just like the results better. So this is one of my favorite techniques. It's a variation of the packaging technique and it's using an acrylic block instead. You see, it's very simple. You just use your markers on the block and spritz some water and then add it. And it works lovely with rub-ons because the rub-ons resist all these things. So yeah. So now I'm going to use some stencils, and what I do like about these markers is that they have a very fine tip at one end and a brush tip on the other. Well, it's not a real brush, but kind of the shape of a brush. And so you can use the fine tip for journaling or like I did here for, like with a stencil, just draw in the shapes. And I want to color it in, so I'm just using a little bit of the marker from my acrylic block. And now I wanted to use this transparency, and I think this turns out to be one of my least favorite cards. But yeah, it's just a card. So again, I'm stamping. I'm going to do a lot of stamping in the video, and my impressions with these markers are kind of mixed. I think what I like about them is I like the colors. The colors are very bright. And I also have a few of the Winsor & Newton markers, which are a lot more expensive. It's like considered artist grade quality products, where these are more for the crafter and are reasonably priced. But I have the impression that the tips, like the brush nibs of the Winsor & Newton markers, are more quality. With these ones, with some markers, I felt like the tip was already kind of fraying at the edge. They don't feel like super high quality. Oh, this I really like. You can see I colored the back of this stencil. This is an Amy Tan stencil from the, I want to say Rise and Shine. Yeah, I think that's her latest collection, Rise and Shine. And it came in a color kit from Hip Kits. And yeah, I didn't get like a perfect impression, but you can easily fix it with just adding some more. But I like this kind of messy watercolor look. And I think it's a fun way to use pretty much any stencil you have, just go over the stencil with the marker and then like spray a bit water and use it kind of as a stamp. So another stencil, and this time I'm just going to color in the shapes. And I think here I was already, okay, maybe I was a little bit tormenting that tip with those tiny spaces. But I think they're more delicate than the other ones that I have. So I don't know how long they will last, but the price point is not bad. So now I'm kind of using the other side as a stamp, and it's not a very good stamping because there wasn't a lot of marker on the stencil, just a tiny bit left over from coloring in the first flower. And I'm just adding some drops of water because the marker reacts with the water, because it's kind of like watercolor. And now I'm adding some stains in yellow just because I like that, watercolored messy look. And another card I made, I just drew these circles like freehand, and then I'm going around the edges with the yellow marker, and yeah, just using another stencil. And the nice thing about these markers is that the ink is very translucent, so you can kind of build colors, and you can mix them without a problem on your acrylic block. But also when you layer them, if you layer a yellow on top of a blue, you will get green. And yeah, that's really nice when you have such translucent colors. You can get nice mixes. So this is a piece of watercolor paper. We got this package in the April color kit, I think. This package of Heidi Swap watercolor cards, and I cut it down to a 6x4 size, and I'm very simply just coloring it, and I'm coloring from the block and not directly from the marker to get a better spread of the colors. You can add water and spread the color also if you just draw with your marker directly on the paper, but you might have to work a bit harder. So to avoid that, I just used the acrylic block and a water brush and picked up the color like that. So next one, stamping. I gotta say that stamping is probably my favorite thing to do with these. I love this set. This is a Dina Wakley kind of sketchy, scribbly flower set. And what's great about these markers is that you can do, I love how they stamp with red rubber stamps. They're really, it's a much better result for me anyway. And it's really easy to blend colors and add a little bit of water. Let it sit, like press it a little bit into your watercolor paper, let the water and color soak into the paper, and just look how pretty that is. I mean, the blue and the green just looks really, really, really pretty and really easy to get this effect. And because of this fine tip, you can add some journaling in the same colors. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of water, but it's not a must. And yeah, I'm just writing a bit about doing it all over again. It's a selfie I took of myself in my white coat, and yeah, just my never-ending training. It's all good. I have 15 days, but who's counting, right? Till I'm finished with my last hospital rotation. I have another rotation, but it's in the community, so like a family doctor, general physician. So 15 more days, 3 more weeks to go, and I am counting the days. So yeah, I'm just so looking forward to the weekends and being able to relax a bit and do things I like. But yeah, so next card is very simple. I'm just like doodling a bit around the edges and going over it with water. And this is a movie that we saw, The Imitation Game. And it's an excellent, excellent movie with a wonderful actor called Benedict Cumberbatch. And, you know, with a name like that, you have to be an actor, right? Or the Prime Minister or something. But anyway, it's just a really fascinating movie that shows how, you know, reality is crazier than fiction, or how does the saying goes? Yeah, so I highly recommend it. And now I took a regular Project Life card from one of the Project Life hip kits, and I'm just adding my journaling using this marker. And super creative, I know. I think so too. And let's add some tiny word stickers, my homage to you, Adele. No, I like also tiny word stickers, but I don't know what I was doing. I think there was something written there at the bottom. It's too small, I can't see. And I think I just wanted to cover it. So I covered it with some tiny word stickers. And yeah, these pockets are smaller than 3 inches, so I have to cut down these cards, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, you know, first world problems. Next card, what am I going to do? So I think at this point I was kind of sick of the watercolor paper and I wanted to use up some of these cards. So I am just using 2 colors of the markers and just stamping a part of the image. And here I'm using the markers to color in pattern paper, and this is from the 6x6 Rise and Shine paper pad. And so I'm just putting some color on the acrylic block and then using my water brush to color it in. So this is a nice way to customize some pattern papers, add some color. And of course I'm going with my, tone on tone. And I didn't have the right shade of turquoise there, so I'm just mixing some green and blue until I get something, kind of similar. So that's another thing to try with these markers. You can also paint images, like color in images of pattern paper. Just don't use too much water because, pattern paper is not meant for handling all that. So, what's next? I'm not sure if I still... I think it just, at some point, it was a little bit too much for me. No. No, the thing is, I want to show, like, many ways to use something, but maybe I just wasn't in the zone or something. Or maybe these markers are just, great for coloring in and stamping, and that's kind of it. But I just couldn't figure out what to do with them. So sorry about that. But I think you can still get some nice ideas and, use up your stamps and just play with color a little bit. So we watched The Edge of Tomorrow, I think, with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. And I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a really good action movie. I'm sorry, Tom, I'm not a huge fan. But I think he was really good in this movie, and I love Emily Blunt. She's like a really lovely actress. And we really enjoyed the movie. I think it's a really, really great action movie, and those are hard to come by. So this one, I think it's one of the last ones. This is kind of an image I printed from, the internet. And it's a British show called Fleming. And I had such high hopes. I love James Bond. I love it. I grew up on these movies. My brother was a fanatic. We had like all the movies, that came out till, I don't know what it was, the early 90s or late 80s or something, in like, VHS cassettes. And I watched every single movie in the James Bond series at least 3 times. Probably the bad ones I watched 3 times and the good ones many times more. And when I saw this British show about Ian Fleming, who created James Bond, I was very excited, but the show was just not good. Disappointing. I don't know. I'm going to say something mean now. No, I'm not going to say. But somehow I feel like, TV stars and movie stars should be tall. And I know it's kind of mean to say. Okay, maybe not all of them, but at least like secret agents, right? Anyway, my point is that the star of that show was not tall. So I was a little bit disappointed. Here are some close-ups of my spread, my Project Life spread, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment, and if you're not tall, I do apologize. I am completely not tall, so no movie stardom in my future. Well, this lifetime anyway. So have a great day. Bye.